The terminal was bustling, filled with travelers eager to board their flights. Jordan Hayes took a deep breath, forcing himself to stay calm. He glanced around, noticing passengers watching the exchange, some with curiosity, others with discomfort. The smug businessman behind him adjusted his cheap tie, patting his suitcase as if he had already won something. Meanwhile, the airline attendant crossed her arms. "Sir, you're holding up the line. If you'd like to board economy, please proceed to that counter." Jordan exhaled, tapping his phone screen. "That won't be necessary." The attendant raised an unimpressed eyebrow. "Sir, I don't know who you think you are, but business class has standards." Jordan met her gaze, a small smirk tugging at the corner of his lips. "And I assume you meet those standards?" Her face flushed, but before she could respond, his phone rang. Jordan answered it smoothly. "Yes, it's me. I need you to check something immediately." The check-in area fell silent. Even the businessman, who had been laughing moments ago, now watched curiously. The airline attendant huffed. "Sir, no phone calls at the counter." Then, her own desk phone rang. Startled, she picked it up. "This is the check-in desk for Flight 308 to London." Her tone was clipped, at first, but within seconds, her expression changed. "Wait, what?" Her posture straightened instantly. I understand." She glanced at Jordan, her hands trembling slightly. Jordan smiled knowingly. "Everything all right?" The businessman frowned, glancing between them. "What's going on?" The attendant swallowed hard, her once confident demeanor now rattled. "Sir, Jordan tucked his phone away and straightened his cufflinks. "You were saying something about me not belonging in business class?" A few passengers whispered, sensing something big was about to happen. A young woman nearby pulled out her phone to record, smirking as the energy in the terminal shifted. The attendant's face drained of color as her eyes darted between Jordan and the flashing alert on her screen. She hesitated before nervously clicking through the system. Passengers murmured, sensing the shift in power. Jordan remained composed. "Go ahead. Double check. I'll wait." The businessman's smug expression faltered. "Wait, CEO." He let out a nervous chuckle. "That's a joke, right?" Jordan turned slightly, raising an eyebrow. "You tell me." The attendant's breathing turned shallow as she scanned the screen. Her lips parted as she stared at the name linked to the airline's executive account *** Jordan Hayes, Chief Executive Officer, Titan Airways. ***. Her hand flew to her mouth. I didn't realize." Jordan nodded slowly. "No, you didn't." The businessman took a step back, gripping his suitcase handle tightly. This can't be real." Jordan tilted his head. "Would you like me to prove it?" He gestured toward the large digital screens displaying flight updates. Almost on cue, a system-wide announcement flickered across the monitors ***. Effective immediately, Titan Airways reaffirms its commitment to exceptional service and inclusivity. Discrimination has no place in our company. The businessman swallowed hard, looking from the screens to Jordan, then to the horrified attendant. Jordan gave a small smile. "Looks like corporate is watching." The murmurs grew louder, with several passengers pulling out their phones. The young woman recording shook her head. "This is going to be all over the internet." The attendant opened her mouth, then closed it. She was stuck, and she knew it. Jordan remained calm, his voice even. "You assumed I didn't belong because of how I look? Not because of my ticket, not because of policy. Just because." The attendant stammered. "Sir, I deeply apologize." Jordan held up a hand. "Don't apologize to me. Apologize to every person who's ever been dismissed, disrespected, or devalued because someone assumed they weren't good enough." The businessman suddenly grabbed his suitcase and muttered, "I'll just, board now." He practically sprinted toward the gate. Jordan smirked. "That's what I thought." The power in the terminal had completely shifted. The people who once ignored him now stared with newfound respect, realization dawning on them. And in the next few minutes, the lesson was about to hit even harder. The attendant's hands trembled as she typed something, desperately trying to confirm what she already knew. She had made a career-ending mistake. "You're Mr. Hayes?" "The Jordan Hayes." Jordan tilted his head, amusement flickering in his eyes. Oh, so now you know my name. The businessman, who had reveled in his stolen upgrade just moments ago, stiffened. Wait, did you say CEO? His bravado vanished, replaced by sheer panic. Security stepped forward, Jordan's gaze sharpened. Was there an issue? The businessman's face burned red. He quickly grabbed his suitcase, muttering something about taking another flight, and bolted from the area. Meanwhile, the attendant swallowed hard. Mr. Hayes, I deeply apologize. Jordan's voice remained firm. Apologies don't undo the bias in your actions. If I were anyone else, this would have been brushed aside. But you didn't expect your actions to have consequences. A corporate executive, having rushed down from the upper floors, arrived breathless at the scene. He looked from Jordan to the terrified attendant before stepping forward. Mr. Hayes, we are so sorry for this incident. Please allow us to make things right. Jordan raised an eyebrow. Oh, don't worry. I'm about to. The entire terminal watched as security moved in. Not for Jordan, but for the now humbled figures of the businessman and the panicked attendant. The businessman, who had moments ago basked in his unearned upgrade, looked down in humiliation as he was led away. The attendant clutched the counter, her voice trembling. Mr. Hayes, please, I didn't mean to. Jordan's expression remained unreadable. Didn't mean to what? Assume that a black man in a suit couldn't possibly belong in first class? That someone like me couldn't be running the very airline you work for? The weight of his words hung in the air, undeniable, unshakable. Please, sir, she whispered, desperation in her eyes. I need this job. Jordan exhaled slowly, shaking his head. Maybe next time, you'll remember that professionalism is more than just wearing a uniform. It's how you treat people. He stepped closer, his tone calm but final. You thought you had the power here. A pause. But today, you learned who really does. With a final nod, security led her away. Jordan turned toward the airline executive. I assume you understand that this isn't just about me. The executive nodded furiously. Absolutely, sir. This kind of behavior is unacceptable. We will conduct immediate training for all staff to prevent anything like this from happening again. Jordan smirked slightly. Oh, we're not stopping at training. He gestured toward the growing crowd, many of whom had been recording. Every person here just witnessed why your customer service standards need an overhaul. Consider this your first and only warning. I expect a full internal review, and I'll personally oversee it. The executive swallowed hard. Understood, sir. Satisfied, Jordan adjusted his cuffs, picked up his ticket, and headed toward his rightful first-class seat. As he settled in, the flight captain himself approached. Mr. Hayes, we sincerely regret the treatment you received today. Please allow us to personally ensure your comfort for the duration of this flight. Jordan leaned back, finally allowing himself a smirk. Yes, and make sure it's the finest on board. Because today, he didn't just reclaim his seat, he made sure no one else in his position would have to fight for theirs again.